Well, for the first time in a long time, the sun has been shining on Canada's auto sector and on the border city of Windsor, Ontario. But with the upcoming U.S. midterms, there could be clouds on the horizon. Canada's automotive capital is in high gear.
This is the Windsor-Detroit tunnel.
Driven by investments like the city's new innovation hub, which allows car companies to test drive products and technologies in virtual reality. Well, just down the road, this construction site is the future home of Canada's first lithium-ion electric vehicle battery plant, the result of a $5 billion investment announced last spring, creating thousands of jobs.
Incredible resurgence in the auto industry.
The head of the border city's economic development group says after years of bad news, the industry is making a comeback. Around 85% of Canadian cars and auto parts are exported to the United States, where Canada's car makers recently won another victory. The Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act replaced its Buy America provision with a tax credit for green vehicles produced in North America.
It encourages adoption, which supports the manufacturing, and it benefits the North American partners, so it's phenomenal.
But there is concern that a Republican-controlled Congress might pull a U-turn.
The Liberals and the Biden administration are clueless and out of touch.
Republican candidates are campaigning against the $7,500 tax credit, with ads condemning electric vehicles as expensive and un-American. Every Republican voted against the omnibus bill, and if they take control of Congress, they could interfere with its implementation.
It's possible for opposition Congresses to undermine the intent of those policies through budgets, through other procedures and mechanisms.
U.S. automakers are also pushing back, warning few vehicles would even qualify for the tax credit because North America doesn't currently produce enough battery components.
So there are a lot of things that need to be worked out still. We foresee some tinkering.
This Michigan auto industry rep expects there will be changes to the electric vehicle incentive program. But one way or another, the industry is going green. The political debate around electric vehicles, does that worry you? Does that worry the industry?
No, because the market forces are going to drive it ultimately. The market needs to be supplied, so the companies press on.
Biden's bill also provides incentives for manufacturers to build their EV batteries in the U.S. That could make it harder for Canada to compete.
The manufacturers are going to go where it makes the most business sense to go. And right now, the U.S. is really putting the full court press on that entire carbon transition ecosystem.
So, of course, we're curious to see how that pans out and how that gets written up.
A lot is riding on how Washington moves forward with its EV agenda. Regardless of who wins on November the 8th, Canada's auto sector is confident they're on the road to revitalization.
Jeff Semple in Detroit.